Hello. Let me one sec. There we go. That's better. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's going on? You
Hello.
good?
Yeah, tired, man. I'm tired. I still haven't recovered from Saturday.
Okay.
You me both. Actually, also, I just felt one piece of tiredness at what time of the afternoon. I just fell asleep. I was like, I'm shattered. Put my
Yeah,
laptop down. I'm like, I'm going to sleep because I can't.
getting old. When you can't think, like boy.
Couldn't
One
function.
little and the party finished early as well. It's not as if we went on till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but we have an excuse because we was up from since what time of the morning Saturday, so we did a good over 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
So
true. So how's everyone's week been
Just
so
started,
far?
isn't it? Hey, it
Yeah,
started.
so far.
Week's been all right. I mean,
Been a tough crowd.
actually, to be honest, saying that, I had an argument with someone in the shop today. I hate arguing with people in the shop, but
Why? You don't argue with anybody.
hmm
a couple times, things annoy me. So a little while ago, I had I used to go to was it Krispy Kremes?
Yeah.
So every time I go Krispy Kremes, I buy a whole box and just give it to my team. And usually they do the hot donuts. So you buy
hmm
them,
Right.
they buy them and stuff. So the donuts are like £15 for a box of 12 or something like that. So I bought it for my team. So next minute, I go to buy it and it's like about £3 or £4 more. So I said, "Oh, it's too expensive." "Oh no, we're charging extra for hot ones." So I said,
Just trying it.
"What do you mean?" "Yeah, from now on, if you buy hot one, it's like 25 pence more." But I'm like, why?
Why?
Yeah, but it's hot. But they're gonna go cold. So once it goes cold, you're gonna sell it for So
That
I'm
don't
saying,
make no. Yeah.
I don't stop it. So that's it. But today I was greedy and hungry. I was just greedy. So I went. There's this new pop-up thing restaurant. What happened? So I went there and ordered this Chinese thing they do. It's really nice. Like it's all over Instagram. So I said they do a pop-up once on a Monday and a Tuesday, and that's it.
Okay.
As I was walking down, I ordered it, and it said to be 10 minutes. So I walked down, and you know when your eyes are too big for your belly and
For your
things.
belly, yeah.
I walked past a hotel, and because it's pancake day, they were doing pancakes, fried chicken, and bacon and maple syrup in like a burger. Looked really nice.
Oh.
Oh, I kind of want that. So I went and ordered that. So I ordered it. So it was £17. So it was quite
What?
expensive.
For a pancake?
But it's like American, that thick pancake. It wasn't a thin crepe. It was like a
Right.
and it's like got fried chicken, like a chicken breast, like a burger, but with bacon. It was nice. So it's £17. I was like, so I already spent like £12 on other food. So,
Yeah.
so I ordered it now. So when I go to buy it, now I pay for it. It's £19.80. So I'm saying to
Why?
the woman, "What's up?"
Service charge.
She said, "Service charge." I said, "But I'm taking it away. It's not serving me. That don't make no sense." "Oh well, it's the hotel's thing." I said, "But service charge if you bring it to a table. If I'm table,
Yeah.
that don't
Yeah.
make sense." So I'm
Ow.
asking the woman. The woman's going, "Well," I said, the manager come over, goes, "Oh, just take it off." Like I'm not being stingy. I don't care, but don't tell
The
me
principal.
it's the principle. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my little
Yeah.
argument.
It's one of those rants.
Granted, that's what I come like. My name is Karen.
We've got to think of a male name for a Karen. For a Karen. All right. So first things first. Um, Good evening, No Bravado Massive. Hope you have had a wonderful weekend. We know we had a wonderful weekend with some of you that came down to our live session, our in-person No Bravado with an audience, which was just, I thought it was really, really good. I think that it is definitely something that we should maybe look at doing a little bit more often.
Mm.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, something we should definitely look at doing a little bit more often. And I thought the conversation flowed. I thought it went really well. And we were able to stream it to you guys live, courtesy of Spotlight Radio, who are on the call now. They're not going to come on, but they are just here so that they can stream it to their platforms as well. We are thinking of going into partnership with Spotlight, so we're looking forward to that. We might not be able to swear. I'm not sure how well that's going to... I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know, to be honest.
You're on your
no one swore on Saturday, though.
No, because you're all adults.
Shut up. You swear occasionally. Occasionally, but Gary don't really swear. It's me and Natalie are the sailors here. You don't really... Well, you do swear sometimes as well, isn't it, Shah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to deal with that soon, but yeah.
I'm gonna get a little button so when it airs out, we get like a 10-second delay, so I can just edit you out.
Okay, so if I know that I need to be mindful of what the language and so forth, then I do try my best. Yeah.
Yeah, I think why we are kind of growing in popularity, and it's because we are honest and we encourage everyone to be honest, and everyone's just themselves. And themselves, including me, sometimes expresses myself with profanity, which is not necessarily, the adult thing to do. So we have to work that out, because I would like to partner with Spotlight Radio for sure. So we're gonna have to try and see what we can work out, but we can't make no promises. What we should have done was really have done
introduction.
I was going to say 1 minute silence for Angie Stone at the live.
Okay.
At the live show, because as we all know now, Angie Stone passed away on the 1st of March, right kind of during the No Bravado live. And it ironically starts, as the video starts with the live, you're playing I Wasn't Kidding. Yeah. And you see me saying, Cha! I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, she was what, 63?
63, yeah.
Yeah. So died in a car crash. Will be sorely missed. I think he's a legend. One of my favorites. Mahogany Soul was one of my favorite albums to date, definitely. And she had banger after banger. I Wasn't Kidding. It's always gonna get me. I'll always get up and you'll see me do a little wiggle when I Wasn't Kidding come on. And then you see when they start to mix it with original guitar.
Yes.
What? When that is Nigel B that come with that mix, I have to always give him his flowers, no matter what. He was the one who done that mix, and then he just done like different mixes on that, and then he will play it. Probably play it for the whole medley. You'll see me bopping away, boy. That is a rhythm. Sorely missed. But there's some conspiracy.
Just to say before, also, I just think last week for deaths was just amazing. You had Glenn Guthrie. You had Roberta Flack.
Is it Glenn Guthrie or?
Yeah, she died. Roberta Flack. You had what's his name again?
Didn't Glenn Guthrie die in 1999?
I thought she was on. It was on the thing. I saw Glenn Guthrie. She died last week or something like that.
Okay. And who else?
Then there was about someone. I'm gonna go back and look. Then Gene Hackman, his missus.
Yeah, that's suspicious. Him, his missus, and the dog.
And the dog. Yeah.
Someone from Earth, Wind and Fire, something as well. It was like last week. It was like people just dropping down, and then Sunday come back with Angie Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very distressing. There's some conspiracy theories flying about at the moment. So I want to show you something quickly, and you tell me what you lot think. Share my screen. All right, take a listen of this and tell me what you think.
The screen's not showing. Your screen, your mic's a bit bassy, Shah. You need to maybe pull it down a bit.
Oh,
Yeah. Didn't show Trisha. Trisha, can she hear us?
Trish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
can.
is it not playing?
No.
No way.
Yeah, you walked off and
Okay.
everything. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh wow.
What's she doing?
Shame. Sorry. I'm there. I said, oh, let me just run and get my lip balm because it's playing, and it's not. So that was just bare dead air. Sorry. The first stream we're streaming on Spotlight, and
Yeah.
all right, let's start again. Okay, Bing videos, share. Can you see my screen now? It says it's sharing.
I mean,
Yeah, now it's sharing. Yeah.
All right. Oh, now we might have to watch this nonsense because this wasn't.
Where you want to start it from?
Through all of this.
Right. Can you see it now?
I soon found
Okay.
that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen.
Why? Anyway, I don't know because you get it. She's saying that her royalties have been stolen. She states that her record company Universal have kept all of her royalties, and she's getting ready to go get her money. And then shortly after that, she dies. So her son's spoken out. He thinks that she's been silenced, allegedly. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories flying around. What do you think? Just life is life, or do you think that there could be any kind of?
I don't know the full background. I did hear the thing about royalties and stuff like that, and this is no disrespect to Angie Stone because I think she's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
Even if they stole her royalties, Angie Stone's royalties is probably going to be what, 8-10 million tops, whatever. So
they pay her that as opposed to killing her.
Light work. That's light work. In my opinion, that's light work. It's not like it's a Taylor Swift where it's going to be billions.
247 million.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, but to me, it sounds like there's not enough money in it
to kill her.
Well,
then why not just give it to her? Why would she have to discover this?
Well, I mean, record companies are notorious putting people in 360 deals. If you're a music artist, the record companies are notorious for not paying people. People say P. Diddy owes people millions of pounds. And
yeah, P. Diddy didn't pay nobody.
So they're notorious for
allegedly.
Notorious for not giving people artists their money or their flowers.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can go back to TLC and all them, and
people robbed them, innit?
Yeah. Throughout history, that's been a thing. So that doesn't surprise me. But for them to kill her for it, to me, seems a bit But I said I'm not. As I said to people, I'm not swearing for anybody nowadays. Yeah, because boy, I don't know. Yeah,
you can't. So yeah. So rest in peace to Angie Stone. I hope that there isn't anything that is sinister going on with her death, because like you said, if it is a case of just like a little 18-20 million, give her money, not kill her. What the hell for? Apparently, from what I read today, there was 11 people on the thing. She was the only one that died.
Yeah.
That in itself don't make sense.
I mean, it does happen. I mean, years and years ago, when I worked in a youth club, a friend of mine, a child, her best friend went to a trip to and the coach turned over. Everyone died, or most people died, except her best friend, her daughter died, and everyone else alive on the coach. So
Right.
and she came back along. She was obviously.
I guess when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what position the car she was sitting. You know, what I mean,
could have been standing up. Yeah.
Anything could have been happening.
Right. Right. So that I found that interesting. But yeah, sad. Definitely sad. May she rest in peace.
Definitely.
May she rest in peace. All right. So let me show you guys this. That is supposed to be coming, but I don't know what time she's gonna come. But let me show you guys this. I think you're gonna know about this, Gary. Yeah, this one. Can you see it?
It's coming, yeah.
Yeah,
the little boy. Yeah.
All right. So what do you know about? Do you know about this?
Yeah, I know the basics. Like he was naughty. Did something a bit disrespectful at school or something like that, or was going to get involved in a gang. And his mum and dad took him to Ghana on a holiday, and then put him in boarding, and they dropped him from a boarding school. It happens to millions of children.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago it was illegal. I don't know what they did the law now, but then a judge, then it went to a what you call it? A judge. A judge has seen it and said, yeah, it's okay. He's not coming back.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. Shah, what do you think? Because he's British.
He's British, so why would? It's not to say that he's not got a British passport. He has, so it just
he can't afford to come back, can he?
Yeah.
Listen, if you're the thing about it, if he's British, he's British, and you put him in boarding school in England, people won't have an issue.
Yeah.
No.
So, but he's going to boarding school abroad. It's a boarding school. It's a school. It's not like they left him out there to fend.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I think it kind of goes back to that Begum girl when she done some terrorist kind of whatever, and then they said that they deported her, but she's British. I remember someone saying that this is going to be like, this is the sign of the times, that they could start trying to deport you out of the country when you're British.
But but he hasn't been deported though, has he?
He's just not been brought back from where he left.
He went over there. Remember, joined ISIS. She joined ISIS, and they said, because you joined ISIS, you're not coming back. You're not coming back to the country. Rightly or wrongly, you're not coming back. This boy is in England. His mum and dad think he's going to get involved in gangs, end up shot dead, or whatever. She said, you know what?
Right.
We love you. We're taking you out of that thing. So you're going to get a good education in Africa where we don't play. You get a beating if you need to get a beating. Fix up, look sharp. Yeah. So they're doing it out of love. They're not doing it out of kind of. Now, personally, I think it's a bit harsh. And I was chatting to a guy who this happened to. His mum and dad sent him to Nigeria because we had a big discussion about it. And he was saying the most upsetting thing about the whole thing was when he was out there from he was age 11 to he was 17, and then he came back, and he said when he came back, he's always felt like an outsider. All the jokes that his brothers and sisters have, he's not part of that. So there's a big section of his life that he feels that his brothers and sisters have got their little jokes or can laugh about things, and he's not a part of that joke, or so he feels like a disconnect from his brothers and his siblings that are the same age, roughly the same age, and a year or two older than him. I mean, so there's a disconnect between him and the family, and he said that's quite hard, and he always feels it. He's 51, and he said he's always felt that. So like the last 30 years, he's always felt a disconnect since he's come back.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, my brothers grew up in Barbados, and I was here. But there was always a little bit of a, well, how comes you got to stay here? There was always a little bit of resentment. So there's always that kind of resentment when you go back to the Caribbean, or when kids are in the Caribbean away from their parents and then they come back. There's always going to be that disconnect. 2 of my brothers got over it with my mum, but one of them not really. Seemed to hold a grudge, really. How do you know? Why did it get to the judge then? Is it the little boy petitioned it? How did it get to the judge? Do you know?
I think the little boy went to court. I tried to go court or something. I wrote letters, and then it was heard. And the judge heard it, and it was like, "Do you need to bring him back?" And the judge was like, and the mum and dad must have went in through and gave the whole
story. Yeah.
Story like, listen, man's going off the rails. He's not going off the rails. I'm like, bring him back, but you don't have to. Social service is gonna have to look after him.
Right.
He's not coming back because we want him to. And if anything happened to my son, we're gonna come after you, because we left him in a safe place. You bring him over here with the bags and all the things. The judge probably thought, black boy off the street, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So I guess he can come back if he behaves himself a little later in life.
When he finishes school,
maybe
got his degree. Well, then he can get his education. He'll probably come back.
But for now, stay where you are. And I don't, if that is the case, then I totally agree. Because why would you? There are parents who are taking their children out of the country to go back home and discipline their ass because they can't. Because over here, you can't do it, so you're more restricted. Whereas in the Caribbean, there is no restriction. You have to fall in line. You have to have some manners and do what you're told. So I don't blame them for doing that. They're looking out for their child.
But still, if your child's a British citizen and you're beating them in another country, it's still illegal, isn't it? It's still.
The naughty then those.
All right. So, on the screen, pro beating or not?
Me? No.
You don't. You're not pro beat. You've never hit none of your children. I can't see you doing that.
That's a lie. I think I hit the oldest one once, and that's quite a frustration. But after that, I've never. Little one, I've wanted to conquer on her forehead a couple of times.
Conquer the forehead.
It's like, what? It's about my side. I just got my side. I'm gonna have to dash you out the window side because you're annoying me now. But
right.
but I used to get serious beatings like when I was young.
Right.
Like until it was like literally nothing back now. It's like that was so unnecessary. But then I also have got to take it into a fact that where my mum or my family was at the time and how they were working. I did say, but I always have to say respect to my mum because she was working in a school from Monday to Friday,
right.
And then doing 9 to 3:30 in the school, doing like a teacher's assistant. Then she'll come home, give me food, and at 7 o'clock leave on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and go and she was a nurse and go and do a 9-hour night shift in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what? So when I'm being naughty or in the Sunday and not doing what I'm meant to be told, I ain't got time for this foolishness. The boy needs to get licking to come and do what he does. So you can see that, but that's my issue.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you? Pro beating or what do you think about beating, Charlie?
If a child needs to be disciplined, yes. I don't see a little problem with a little slap here and there or not beating the child.
Where she used, Charlene, was beating.
I knew you were going to say that, Gary. Get lost. No, I don't believe in overdoing it. Yeah, I don't believe in overdoing it. If the child needs to be, because I see a child and like my niece and nephew and they do something like, if I've spoken to you twice, the third time, that's it. I'm not talking to you again. Come here. Like, and they would know that. My niece and nephew, my godchildren, if I have to speak to you a third time, the third time I'm not talking to you. Come here, and you're going to get something. So if you don't want to get a smack, just listen to me because I know you're not deaf.
Yeah.
Those
So
they must feel.
exactly. So my mum did it. My mum beat, well, not beat me. I got slapped once, and that's because I thought I was a bad girl. I was grounded. I think that looked at I went out the house to see my friend. I thought she would come back till whatever time of the evening. The light she tricked me. The light was off in the hallway when normally if anyone's in the lights on, and put the key for the door, and then like Will Smith when the uncle pulls him inside. That was it. I did it once. I never did it again. I felt her hand, and I wasn't feeling it for a second time. So yeah, but I don't believe in over beating. Just for the sake of beating your child. No, discipline them, yes, with but not to be bruising them up on all that nonsense. Nah.
So are they saying that because they can't beat their child here, Ghana's the place for him?
That must be.
Yeah, well, most people say, well, if you could, because you are restricted, if you discipline your child here, they can go social services. You can't do that shit in the Caribbean.
Mm.
You can't. They're disciplined. They're disciplined.
Africa, the discipline laws are different. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in their school, and while you're in the school, you're their responsibility. Whereas over here, they talk about, oh, you got socials coming around, and this person come around to your house. Is the child okay? You are a lot more restricted with your children, and I do get it. There's kids who do need that discipline, and it has worked for some kids where they want to come over here and they know they can carry on bad. And I'm going to call social services.
I remember my mum telling me a story. My grandmother was the loveliest person you'd ever wanted to meet. That's amazing. And then my mum told me a story one time, and I was like, "Oh, my grandma ain't no joke." So mum said when she was younger, she would fight just for no reason, like anybody. You'd face this, she would cuff you. So she must have beat up one girl.
Why?
She must have beat up one girl, and then my grandmother beat her for beating up the girl. So my mum went back and beat up the girl and her sister. So then my mum said to me, my grandma got vexed with her. And well, just think of this, right? I'm just thinking, how do you even think of this? You know the sacks you got in the Caribbean that you put rice in?
Yeah.
Round sacks. She put my mum in the sack, tied her up, and then tied her up into a tree and left it.
That's abuse.
So obviously, that's back in the 50s or whatever.
What, here or in the Caribbean?
Yeah, in the Caribbean, like in the 50s.
So you left her in a hot sack tied up in a tree in the Caribbean, bruh. No,
We got it easy.
That's not cool. That's not even funny, blood.
You have to laugh when you think of it.
It's not funny.
No.
Because
I was going to say that. Can you go into the group? I was just sending you a message. Could you go into the group and give me an everyone comment on the live, please, or
okay,
one of you two. Yeah. So we're talking about. Okay, she's gone. Okay. When she comes back, I'll tell her. But no, 30 degrees.
It must be higher than that. Your Caribbean could be 33, 35.
35 degrees in a sack hanging from a tree.
That's when she was young. But that's
how old's young though?
I think she must have been about maybe 11, 12. So it must be about 1950, say 7. Give them on 57, 58.
I usually find just ridiculous things funny, but I'm horrified. What? No water, just in a sack. How long did she leave her up there for?
I don't know. I don't think my great grandmother must have cut her down quick, but you know what I mean. But you know when.
Wow.
There's so you hear that things, you have to laugh and say, "Cause like what, really?" But
Charlie, we're getting we're getting a message that you're.
And I just said that to her already.
Oh, I thought I'd fixed it. Hold on.
Oh, you have?
I turned the volume down. I did turn the volume down.
Mm.
Yeah, you have. It's not basic.
It was earlier.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gary did say, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I got beat as a kid, not often, but because my mum didn't play about at all. So when you got beat, you just tried to space them out. You just didn't do anything to get another beating. Do you know what I mean? But, fuck that. See, the first way I was the first one to break. You just don't want to. you don't want to, you know what I mean? You just don't want to take them licks again. You just try and behave yourself. But I remember one time I went out, I think I was 14, yeah? And I went to Pembury Estate with my friend. And we was hanging out with the boys and just catching joke or whatever. And I had curfew. I had to be back by a certain time, but I just lost track of time because we was having fun. And then, right. And then they all decided that they were going to walk me, bring me home, walk me home. So we took the 253 to Stamford Hill. Then they were all walking me down. And then as I started to get nearer to my house, I started to get butterflies because then you start to realize what time it is, isn't it? And then they were like, when we got outside, they were like, "Oh, so can we come in for tea?" And I was like, no, you don't need to go. You don't need to go, yeah? I swear to God, I just stepped foot in the house. I think they must have heard me getting the beatings because I didn't even get in the house properly.
Oh my God.
Yo, I got some real beatings, but I think I got a beating from my dad when I was 19, a real slave beating, like a proper beating, abusive beating when I was 19. And you know what? I came back and I behaved myself. I went to college. I realized things weren't that bad at home, and my mum is kind of cool, and life is not that bad. Go on, go fix up yourself. So, although it was a really harsh slave beating, I'm not gonna lie, it put me on track. I came home and I behaved myself. Prior to that, I was a flipping arsehole. Do you know what I mean? Just being a little idiot. I rebelled late, but then when I rebelled, I went full-fledged. Do you know what I mean? Full-fledged rebellion. But it was short-lived. I rebelled for about a year properly. And then I decided I was going to go to America to spend time with my dad. I was meant to be out there for 6 months. I lasted 6 weeks.
You were like, no, bro.
Nah, you're not going to be beating me like that every minute. I've got not an ounce of time. So I left and I came back home. But it kicked my ass into shape. It made me realize that life wasn't that bad here. My mum's cool. Fix up yourself. So I did. So what we're talking about, Natalie, is there was, it's a good time to look at the comments actually. There was a boy that was misbehaving himself, and his parents took him back to Ghana, and then I think he was trying to get back here.
They're like, no, sir.
And the judge said no. So I'm a little bit like, can you tell a British citizen that, you know, that he can't come back into the country?
You can come back and pay his fare. You can pay his fare. You've got the money.
Right.
But there's ways and means to get money out there, though. Can you not see my screen?
Yeah. But if you ain't got, but if I take in your passport, well, you can't do like.
Yeah.
Can't get
what
back.
do you think about that, first of all? Because he was misbehaving himself. I think he was trying to get himself affiliated with gangs. Parents.
You have to stay. Because let me tell life or death. It literally is. It's no joke these days as well. Like, these boys are not playing that age as well. 14, the murder rate and the thing. It's just too much. I wouldn't be playing. I would feel no way, because you know it's going to be better than being here.
Yeah.
Stay your ass down. You can be angry with me, but alive.
Yeah, that's it.
And not in prison. So you can be angry in the sun in Ghana. I don't business. But I don't care.
But what about the British judge saying that he can't come back?
No, he didn't say he can't come back. He said he's not ordering the parents to bring him back.
Bring him back. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's a difference.
Yeah. He's not ordering, so you can't come back. We're not. They're taking you there, parents. What?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think the parents' argument was, if we sent him to a boarding school in England, you wouldn't have an issue. So what's the difference?
Yeah, right. Basically.
Man, have to sit your ass down in Ghana for 5 minutes, mate, until you kind of get the the fucking gang jigaboo thing.
Oi, with the swearing.
We're not allowed to swear.
Oh.
Apparently.
That's not gonna work. So we better just forget that now. Okay. I can't.
Let's practice. Let's practice.
At least wait till after 9 o'clock. Yeah, come get to 9 o'clock.
And then after Watershed, we'll have a swear jar. No swearing.
We're gonna have to start starting the lives after 9 because I can't be held responsible.
Frustration.
Especially on a Tuesday night.
You had a bad day.
Yeah, no, I think no. Until the Ghanaian water wash that nonsense out your system, yeah, you can sit down. Sit down.
And then Gary went on to tell a horrifying story that his mum must have been doing something she shouldn't have been done, and the granny put her in a sack and tied her up on the tree.
Even Ellie laughed.
It's not funny. That's horrific.
It's not funny, but it is funny.
No,
It's
like, wow. 33 degrees or more in the Caribbean, yeah. In a sack. Hanging in a
What
tree.
did she do? Gary, what did she do?
She used to, my mum said she used to beat up everybody, just fight people for
no reason.
Not for a reason, but if they done her something, she would be like, you know what? And then people tell her don't fight, and then my grandma say don't fight, and then she'll go back. If my grandma beat her for beating someone up, she'll go back.
Your nan was like,
and when you see mommy, she don't look like that, innit? She just looks so sweet and nice.
When I see her next, I'm going to be looking at her like this.
Are you bad, yeah?
I'm a gangster lean boy.
When in the teenage, when you're young, you do things that you know what you think back now. Like,
I think we was all a bit fuggish in our teen years. It's like, safe to say. Yeah, but your nan must have been beside herself to tie her upside down.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what, you're gonna learn until the blood rushed to your brain. Yeah.
Hanging from a sack in 33 degrees heat, and you can't.
How long did she hang her there for?
I don't know, but like
not
long afterwards, my mom said she came to live in England with her dad.
Probably a better idea.
She said to me, like, she came to England. When she landed, it was obviously snowing and stuff because she came in the winter. Oh no, when she was at school, the first year it's snowing, and she goes, all the children were flying snowballs, and she told them don't throw snow at her. And one boy must have thrown snow at her, and she said blood was coming out of his nose.
Oh Lord, he was warned. Don't throw it.
Look him up and tell you, but just sort of saying to you that if you're going down a certain path, parents have to take responsibility. And this is the thing about it: if you're saying that parents need to take responsibility for something, don't get vexed when they think, you know what, this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
And as you said, Natalie, if you've got a choice of your child getting mixed up in a gang and pretending up, blah blah. Now, when they come back when they're 19, 18, and they do that foolishness, that's your business. I've tried to help you. That's your business. I can't help you. But you should know better now. You should be getting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, all these 14-year-olds are going to start getting suspicious now when their parents are saying to them, "What on a day?"
No.
All right.
Yeah, like, no, you're not going to learn. Like, I would do that.
All right.
I would definitely do that. I would be like, you have to stay there.
Where would you send your boys? Portugal?
Nah.
No?
It'd have to be a black country.
Just because, nice country, though.
Well, Dominica then.
Yeah, Dominica, because they don't play that.
Portugal's quite nice. I like Portugal.
It's not nice. It's not supposed to be nice for them. It's supposed to be like extremely cultural. And even like it's only us, I think, people here that where it's a bit different. Still in Dominica, modern day Dominicans back home, Jamaica, they still don't play that. Kids have to be respectful.
Right.
Kids are not disrespectful now. It's not a generational thing, it's a cultural thing. You're here, it kind of washes away certain things. You get what I'm saying? But people our age and kids younger back home, they know how to act. Or they still have a respect for elders and being told what to do. So that's what I would send them back home, because and I know who would go out of my three. I wouldn't even send Carter on a plane, like just to learn. I'd send him on a ship. So it's a journey and a half. I'd give him the whole experience.
Return of Windrush.
That boy would need it. Like that's why I'll be like, no, I would do it. I would send him. Send him. But back home, 100%.
You would miss him too much. You wouldn't cope.
I would miss him. I'd have to block him so that so that I don't get sucked in. But I think I would much rather that. If I thought he was getting into gangs or anything like that, he's out of here.
Right.
Out of here. Because I always thought that.
Boy, so that they know.
Yeah. I've always thought
that, boy.
I don't want to give him the warning as well. So when I try and put him on a plane and he goes,
he won't do it. Yeah.
He's very intelligent like that. Yeah,
he is.
So yeah.
All right. So let's look and see what our No Bravado Massive said before we move on. What did you think of Saturday, though, Nat? Before you move on, anything you want to say to the masses?
It was so good. I was so drunk, but I loved it. I was so tipsy. Honestly, I was so tipsy, but it was such a good vibe. Just thank you to everyone that came out. I spoke on the phone not too long ago to one of the ladies that came, and she said she really enjoyed it, even though they had to go early. She asked how the rest of it went. She asked when we're doing the next one. Do you know what I mean? It was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good vibes, man. I really enjoyed it, and we really appreciated everyone coming.
How often would you want to do that?
I think what you said, twice a year is doable. I mean, we would do it more, but we've got so many events that we do. It's just more realistic.
Yeah, it's like twice a year for real.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a spring, summer, and a winter one. I don't know.
Well, that's free. It's starting to go up
spring, now. No, spring / summer.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
and a winter one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Nick said his parents believe he was vulnerable and on a, I don't know what that says, proprietary of being stuck into a gang. Is that what it says?
Periphery.
Okay. Of being sucked into a gang. I guess they've done what they feel is best to keep him safe. Natty B says parents are correct in doing what is best for their children. Anderson said they have done the right thing. The kid needs to be disciplined and learn. They didn't leave him in Congo where there's war. They left him in a boarding school. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. At 14 years old, he ain't got ish to say as long as he is not in danger. There's probably nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, rather. Deborah Ora said, the parents have done nothing more than hundreds of parents before them. We probably know someone who was sent home because they might get trouble. Melinda said, this is appalling. There is not a petition against this. Is there not a petition against this? Can we not start a GoFundMe for him? His parents may have a reason for leaving him. Real talk, the streets of London are not a pretty place for a young one. Surely he has rights and clearly wants to be back in Britain. The government is appalling and they're letting this poor kid down.
No.
Yeah. I always like when there's a differing comment, though, you know me. Depending on the situation, if he was getting into trouble, etc., then it's not a bad idea. Pet said, bring him back to the UK where he belongs.
No.
Tracy said to that. Petra Ann, sorry, but he doesn't belong in the UK. He just happens to be an African born in the UK whose
Right.
streets are more likely threatens his chances, his life chances. Say for him to remain in Ghana, he could always come back when he's developed enough sense and life skills to keep him safe on the streets of the UK.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree.
Petra says, exactly, he can always come back. I agree with what you're saying. His life skills are really important. Okay. So Petra agreed quite quickly.
I was going to say, Petra didn't take much.
I know.
Usually they go back and forth. You know, they have an argument in this setting, but Petra's conceded. I know someone whose mum did the same to her. She managed to get assistance from the British consulate and return without her mum knowing. It's harsh, but as Nick said, his parents done what they felt they had to do to keep him safe and pull off the road. Pull off the road is too strong for some young people. The pull of the road is too strong for some young people. It is. But it ain't like when we was growing up, boy. It's not at all. The kid, P. Bravo Akalindi said, the kid is spoiled, got a dose of reality, didn't like it. He needs to stay in school so he can appreciate how good he has it in the UK.
I don't
think you necessarily have it bad in Ghana. It's just a different culture.
Yeah, I
don't
like
think he has it bad.
Like Ghana's some dodgy place. He's probably living some king's lifestyle in board.
Yeah.
So it's nothing bad. It's not like he's living in some, I said, the Congo where there's a war going on. You're living in Ghana where it's lovely, clean. You know what I mean? People like yourselves, you can't do the same foolishness. You ain't got the same foolish friends. And if you go on like a bad man too much, someone will end up thumping you in your mouth.
Someone's gonna slap you down. Yeah. So that's that topic. Both topics are by Mike, and then I've got one more topic from an anonymous person, which I will actually maybe I'll break it up a bit. No, let me do this whilst I look for the other one.
I'm just gonna share out. Hold on a sec.
All right, cool. Is this the same one? Okay, stop sharing. Wait a sec. Let's find the other. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, maybe it's this one. It's moved. Everything's going wrong today because we've got a guest, eh? But here it is. All right. This is what Mike is asking. He's asking ladies, but I want to get your opinion on this as well. Right? He says, let's have it then, ladies. Just curious. You're on a first date, and at the end of the date walks you to your door or your car, say. You really, really like them. What do you hope they do next? Kiss you on the cheek, kiss you on the forehead, kiss you on the lips very softly and over in a second, or kiss you on the lips with more passions for a few seconds, ask them to come in, or your own customized response. So let me ask you this, Gary, first. If you go on a first date, I don't know how long it's been, but for a first date, do you often think of kissing the woman on a first date?
Not really. Sometimes, I mean, whatever you can get away with, innit? Really. As long as your teeth don't clash, we're good.
Oh no,
God.
that's it.
We're good.
Okay. Shasha,
I think most times there's some kind of kissing. Most times there is like most
on the first date.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Most times. I remember I went on a date with Tonight Muse one time with a young girl. I can't remember. We was in the Night Muse. As we come out, she pushed me again, started kissing me up. I was like, okay, it's like that's how it came. It's all good.
Yeah.
Got no problem with it. You know what I mean?
No problems with it. Shasha, what about you?
I went for number 3. It wouldn't be known where I live on the first date. We'd have to. For me, if I'm going to be meeting somebody, I would have to have spoken to you for a good while on the phone to get a vibe from you. I'm not on this linking up after 1 or 2. Nah, I need to be comfortable because I'm very funny. I need to be comfortable on the phone with you to talking to you, etc.
Right.
And if the vibe is right and we're gelling and so forth, and I do like you, then yeah, go with how you feel. But yeah, you're not knowing where I live. You drop me to my car. If you want to go in for a kiss, then cool,
Right.
not a problem.
I've got a good friend of mine. every time I think of the story, I end up crying.
Let me get a drink for this one. Go on.
Laugh every time I think of it. So he met this girl and he was chatting to her at work he worked somewhere in the city, and he met this girl. Well, they used to go to the same coffee shop.
I'm here.
Yeah, she used to go to the same coffee shop or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he arranged to go on a date with her. So she told him to meet her at this bus stop type place. There's some bus stop. He said, "I'll meet me there," or on the corner of so-and-so road and stuff. So he's like, "All right, cool." So he picked her up. They went on the date, and it was a wicked date. He said the date was really nice. He said, "Yeah, went out." So when they were going back home now, he dropped her back to the bus stop where he picked her up. Or she goes, "No, I don't live here." And he goes, "No, this is where I picked you up from." So
He said, "What? You don't live there?" Oh, it's a good one, and I missed the punchline as well. Go on.
Send out. Hold on.
Boy, well, you can't blame the man, innit? That's where you pick him up from.
He goes, "I picked you up from here, so I'm dropping you back to the same place I picked you up."
Oh, and she said she don't live there.
Because she met her on some corner of one road, because obviously she didn't want him to know where she lived, whatever. But so when he dropped her back to the same corner.
She wanted to live home, and he said, "No."
I don't blame him.
I make him right.
I don't blame him. Why am I dropping you? Like, actually, where do you live for? No, I'm taking you back to where I picked you up from. You were quite. You think about it is why would you always drop you home for? If that was the case, let him pick you up from your home, because it's the same damn thing. If you're gonna go back to your home, let him pick you up from there. It's defeating the object, is it not?
I don't think so. I think sometimes
she don't know that it's gonna go well.
How this person's gonna be,
yeah.
So you don't want them to come and pick you up from you. Same way you said he's not gonna know where I'm living. I don't want you to come to my door. You go out, you vibe, and actually you're all right. So I feel a little bit more comfortable with it now.
But the thing, go on, sorry.
In a way, if he turned around and said, "Well, I'm dropping you back on the street corner," there won't be a second date.
Yeah,
no,
right.
He didn't go back there.
Did he take her back in the end?
No, he dropped her there. Listen. Right, okay, let me give another story about the brother, right? I love him. He's my boy, but he's too funny.
He sounds savage.
He went on a date with this girl.
Mm.
So they've been chatting for a while. So they went on a date. The date was wicked. He said he drove to some local hotel, like a pretty nice hotel. Goes to the hotel. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna get some like drinks here afterwards." She said, "Okay." When he's at the hotel, he goes to the back of his car, gets his overnight bag out, and told her he's booked a room for them.
Oh my god, I'd beat his ass.
So she's like, "What the hell? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, it's presumptuous.
And she's like, "No, that's not happening."
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, but we've had a nice night." And she's like, and I said to him, I said to him, "Brother, same way you've got your overnight bag. If you told the girl she could pack 2 things in a bag if she wanted to."
Exactly.
Right. So he said that that they end up kissing in the hotel in the lobby area and stuff, and then but she didn't want to go back upstairs. So he went back to her house. They went kissing in the house and stuff, and then he said it kind of fizzled out and he left. And he goes, "Oh, she's out of order." I'm like, "What the? You don't see that you're the bad one here." Like
No.
you're taking the
He's
piss.
the mad one for sure.
The mad one, like, yeah.
She's out of order because she didn't want to smash on the first date.
I don't. It's the first date. 'Cause I think they went couple coffee dates during the week, like lunchtime.
Oh, that's nice.
And 2 Starbucks that entitles you to pom pom. I don't get it.
Yeah. If I told you stories about the other stories he told me, you're like die. Like he used to have me in hysterics.
Oh wow.
His date life is hilarious.
You should make a show called 50 First Dates, right? And they should just do a comedy sketch of each of his dates.
Yeah.
Comedy sketches. That's what we should do.
I was thinking, I wonder if we could get him to come on and talk about it. That'd be hilarious. We probably
I'd love
wouldn't.
to pick his brain because I don't understand how it works.
No one does.
Oh, don't.
No one does it. I don't think he does. But
He's not still on the dating scene terrorizing people, is he?
No. He's single though. He's got a dating scene. He's just one of these guys.
He's single, did you say?
He's single too, but yeah.
Oh, none of that. I'm surprised.
Surprise. No,
I'm gonna line up. I'm gonna line them up with you, man. You two get on good. Both East London people.
oh my gosh. I don't know what part of East London. No, do you know what? I feel like East London men are terrible daters. They are. We were saying that recently. They're not great. So I know it would make sense. But I think what happens is he gets them to like him.
Yeah.
It sounds like he goes well because they like him by the end of the date. And then
he's like, all right, sex now.
Yeah.
Enough with the nicety. You know what I mean? The pleasantries. Sex now, please. That was going to turn anyone off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was like, anyway, enough of the niceties.
Yeah, pleasantries done.
Yeah.
Overnight bag out. You know, remember that film, Bruce Almighty? When he gets the powers from God, he gets the power of the universe in it. And then he's gonna go to have sex with Jennifer Aniston and he just goes whoosh.
Yeah,
he's close to shoot off. That's what he sounds like. Sounds like that type of character. I have dinner and then
I don't know what I would do if I ended up on a date like that. I'd be like, nigga.
All right, let's go.
No, I'd just think you stop. Yeah, I'd be mortified. We'd argue.
Yeah.
We'd argue.
It's the presumptuousness that would make me be like, blood.
It's the pre-packed overnight bag.
Right.
Send me.
And you didn't give me a heads up.
So
you've got your toothbrush and I ain't got mine.
So from 4 o'clock this afternoon, you packed a bag. You thought you planned what was going in. No. Just for that. Even if I was going to free it that night, I wouldn't be able to. I'd be like, you're going to learn today.
Yep. At a principle.
At a principle. You shouldn't even have a condom on you because there should be no presumptions. Yeah. We should need to go and buy some. That's how non-presumptuous you would need to be. Can dare you. He's funny. True. He sounds absolutely funny.
He's the stories that he comes up with are just like, but always the bus stop one always makes me laugh. Dropped her back to the same bus stop on the corner of the road. Get out.
Do you think? Anyway, I was going to ask you something.
Is he on the spectrum?
Yes. How did you know?
Because I was thinking the same thing. Like, blood, are you okay? Go up on the spectrum. Oh, no. All right, Nat, to you.
What's that?
Mike Shaw says, let's have it then, ladies. Just curious, you're on a first date. At the end of the date, the date walks to the door. You really, really like them. What do you hope they do next? Kiss you on the cheek, kiss you on the forehead, kiss you on the lips very softly and over in a second, or kiss you on the lips with more passion for a few seconds? Do you ask them to come in, or your own customized response? So on a first date, what do you expect on a first date?
I will kiss you on the cheek.
Okay.
That's it. I'm a slow burner, so yeah, no.
But
Even if I like you.
Right, because you usually talk to the person on the phone for years and years and years before anything bloody. So I don't understand. Like, you are a slow burner. It's hilarious.
I do.
Talking
Only the strong survive.
for years, you know. I can't say much more, but I'm talking phone dating for years. Okay. So, but if you was to then meet in person, if you was to then meet in person, you could do more than a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, exactly.
I just seize up. I'm just like, thank you. Literally. Have a good night. Let me know. I'll be like, let me know when you get home.
Gary, do you think that guys think less of us if we let you kiss us up and feed us up on the first date?
No one cares. Literally don't care.
I don't think they care anymore.
Don't
I
care.
genuinely
No
don't think they care anymore.
There's all this talk about body count still floating about. Really?
Man.
You know what? These men can't talk about body count because they are literally possessed with bodies. Please. Men can't. It's a dead argument now because
they're still floating it about.
Dead argument. They are a dead. The men to bring that up is a dead argument from them. They can't bring that up.
Which can be up. If you've had more than me, then what you don't say? Well, go on. When I'm on my 150 and you're on your 295, I'm gonna be like, oh, what?
150. I think
and that's on 295. I'm gonna be like, what's going on?
At this time, you're a graveyard.
101. What do you mean?
150. What is the average like in your field as well? What's the average kind of females that a male would sleep with?
By the time you are 22, they reckon you slept with at least 4 or 5 people.
By the time you're 22.
Okay.
Before 4 or 5. At least thinking 10, 12. But,
no, don't try it. Don't try it.
Roy Emma says, thank you, Jigger. Why are you thanking Jigger?
Don't ask me what I think.
Saying about the bodies comment, I bet.
Okay, right.
I think, like we just collecting bodies like a graveyard.
In your field, gal, when you come in and you ask like guys about their sexual history, has there ever been like an astronomical amount that has where you've been like, wow?
So, there's been a couple occasions. I remember when I first started working in sexual health, I was talking to a girl. She was 23. She started having sex when she was either 20 or 21. I think it was 20, and she was 23, and she had chlamydia. And I asked her about her, and then we were talking about the relationship. And I asked how many partners she's had, and then she said a number. And I had to ask her, like, okay, like, did I hear it right?
Right.
So she said, I think I said, in the last 3 months, she said probably around 50. So
in the last few months.
The last 3 months.
Is this occupational?
No, she wasn't. So, and then, we're talking. So I said, well, so when you're chatting to her, because she was 21, I was like going to think. And then she said, she reckons it could be over 200 people since she's 19. So
So in 3 years, she done 200.
200, right? So we was chatting, and then trying to find out why. And this is when I really on my job, trying to change the world. And then, and she was saying that basically she was a singer. And she ended up sleeping with lots of producers and magicians and people. Musicians and stuff when she was out, like doing performances. Then she would end up, and it was like she didn't necessarily want to, but she felt that she kind of had to. And it was really quite sad. And I got onto some counselling and psychology, and we did some work with her. So that kind of stands out. But you got to remember, like some men that sleep with men have come, they've got like syphilis or something, and then they will bring, and then we do thing called contact tracing. We contact all your partners. One man come with a list, right? I don't take the bit. I'm not calling these people for me to call. There's about 35, 40 people in the last like 6 weeks because it was a like sex party, does sex. And I said, I'm not calling these people. Just pick out, because there was about 35 people in and phone up each person. No, I'm not doing that. Like you, oh yes, but I don't want to talk to them. And that one. So I mean, the most I would say, like with sex workers, like some sex workers, they usually work, say 4 days a week, and they have about
they're arrested.
And they're
flexing.
4 clients a day. 3 to 4 clients a day. But it's the reason that I need to. They're charging like 350, 400 quid.
Yeah, I was going to say. So that's what.
If you get 1,800, if you get 1,800 pound a day for 4 days work, yeah, that's £7,000 a week or 10 grand a week. Enough. For 4 days.
Yeah, I was just doing the maths in my head. But it's still, I don't know, it's still a profession that I think is, I thank God I've never had to do it, because there's some people that have had to do it to just get by and feed kids and stuff like that, because tough life be lifing, and it's not been something I've been presented with. So
yeah, seeing them in the window at Amsterdam was just like.
The stand up.
Yeah, the first time I went to Amsterdam, I was like, whoa. Just in the window, just sitting there, you're the item. So, you know, like if you go Top Shop and you see the man in the window with the cup.
And it's when they're smiling at you. I was like, I can't do nothing for you. But let's smile at me. I ain't got no money or no penis for you.
Might not want penis. Imagine if you're a sex worker, sometimes lesbian sex might be more, just less invasive, isn't it?
When I went to Amsterdam, I think I was about 19 with college, and we went to all the kind of sex shops and the windows, and the people said, "No blacks, no blacks, no blacks,
no blacks,
no blacks, no blacks."
So blacks can't get no nookie either. Why is this?
Oh my god! Imagine that now.
The funny guy was like, my brother, we were trying to push him in, and he was like, "No blacks, no blacks." So we like, "No, it was sex workers, what?"
Right, that's terrible.
Can't pay for it. No, but I said, you got to remember. I said, like I said before, like working in the industry I work in,
You don't get shocked anymore.
Not really, and people come up with some huge numbers, like
144,000.
I went to a sex party and we had sex with like 25, 30 people in one night. It's like,
can you dislocate your vagina? Is that a thing?
Nah.
No. Just sounds like something that would happen.
Your vagina, boy.
It's a muscle, isn't it? So you can't just get a muscle.
Your vagina's got a flat tire. Hilarious.
Because I don't know how it doesn't disjoint after just a trainload of things going on. I don't know.
Sometimes it's when I'm talking about those sex parties that's more like men who sleep with men. They have more. It's more of that type of party, sex parties. Than it is.
Sleep with men don't think they're gay, right? From what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't say gay men now. We say men that sleep with MSN, because some people don't class themselves as being gay. Some people do think they're gay. So we say men that sleep with men.
So if you okay,
because you may not be gay, you may be bisexual.
Yeah, but if
you could be in where you mean so.
Yeah. But you have some men who are not sleeping with women, only sleep with men, and still say that they're not gay.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense, because you're not sleeping with a woman, so you are gay.
I did a training course a few years ago, and it was a guy who one of the scenarios was a gay man who's never only slept with women, but he just terms himself as being gay. Is he gay or isn't he gay?
Right.
And
He's
so,
only slept with women.
but
He's attracted to men.
But he says he's gay. He wants to sleep with men, but he's never slept with a man.
He's gay.
So, he's gay, exactly. So
he's never crossed the path.
Just because he's never slept with them, so
he's on the trajectory to sleep with one, though.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, like I said, it's not something I would let you. That just makes a difference. But people have various different types of sex and class sex in different ways. But if you, as I say, people, we've got to take away the actual act of sex and look at the kind of what the treatment or what I need to do for you. So if you get worried about how many people slept with, you get caught up with that. And then I'm worried about how many people slept with, but not testing you for the right infections, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I take that out of it. It doesn't make a difference if you slept with 1,000 people. I just make sure I need to make sure I test you for whatever I need to test you for and treat you for whatever I need to treat you for. And then get you and then find out who you slept with so I can get them treated. That's my target. I mean, to worry what people, how many people sleep or what their sexual. Like I said to people now, nothing surprises me. Like when people tell me things they do, I'm like, okay, it literally doesn't surprise.
Yeah, I think you would have the shock value would have gone after
some of the things I say to people, I do get shocked when I speak. I'm shocked. I do get kind of thing like, oh, you're a bit too young to be doing that. Right. So when sometimes younger people come in and then they're doing things like urinating on each other or kind of that type of stuff, and it's like, well, you're 15 or you're.
Where did you get that from? Absolutely.
Or this hitting or slapping, those types of choking, like you meant to build up to that, and with your partner you feel safe with, So that stuff becomes a bit like, really.
I don't want anyone to ever feel safe enough to wee on me. Yeah.
Oh God.
Stay on your ones and twos, yeah. Don't ever get into that space where it's that. It will never be that. I will never be okay with that. We're never gonna be okay. No. I don't get it. I don't get that golden shower thing. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, some people say thing about if you get a pearl necklace or whatever. It's just kind of.
What's the pearl necklace?
Man, ejaculates around your neck.
Huh?
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. You are literally taking a dump, basically, on me. You are weeing on me like a dog. I feel you. No.
That whole good evening, T Smooth. Thank you for joining us. That whole remember that porta potty thing. I was horrified at the porta potty because I just couldn't imagine.
I mean, we live in a world where they say you have to be open-minded and each to their own. But nasty is nasty. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's bad enough if you wee on yourself. Okay. Yeah. Let alone let it just sit
someone
in a romantic or sexy moment. What the fuck turned you on? Yeah. About being pissed on. It's not nice. I don't get it. And I don't even think that's a thing where it's like, each to their own. People, it's nasty. It's seriously unhygienic.
It's unhygienic. I was just about to say the mattress, the bed sheets, your lingerie.
You put plastic down, don't you? You've got like a plastic sheet on top of your bed.
Listen, forget that. The plastic sheet would have to be over my body, face, head to toe, before you could wee on me.
I think if anybody asked me to do it to them, they would never see me again.
Nope.
Me dear. You won't see me again.
All right, can I
I
ask you
just think
this?
there's something
It's
wrong with
watershed time now.
Go on.
Let me ask you not this. Charlene, I'll ask you all. If your partner wanted to put a finger in your behind,
And yeah, acting
or they
reckless.
want in your anus, or they wanted you to do that to them, what would your response be?
Hell no, and good night.
Would you finish the relationship?
Hell
Can I just
no.
say something?
Get my stuff together. Catch you later.
Go
No.
on, Natalie's going to say something reckless. Go on.
If a guy asks you to do that to him, I'ma look at you. Yeah.
Right.
Because why do you want me to do butt play with you, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have an issue with that. But if a guy does it to you, yeah, and while certain things are happening, it enhances sensation. So I get it.
Every now and then, this girl just drops a bombshell.
It does. I get that. I don't get a guy wanting you to touch you. He shouldn't want any.
Natalie,
He shouldn't want any
it's the
squeaky
same
bum
thing.
time.
Enhances sensation for them too,
It's
though.
exactly the same thing. It's for them.
I don't business. Find another enhancement.
So why is it all right for females but not for males?
Because no squeaky bum time. If I'm with a guy, yeah, I need to know. If I'm with a guy, I want a guy that I think is fully straight. That's just my preference. Yeah. I just don't want a guy to want anything near his butt.
Right.
I don't care what it enhances.
That would make me think, are you trying to get your kicks, are you trying to live out your fantasy through me? And I'm not about that. So I would
They
look
could
at you
just get
sideways.
lady boys.
Right. Yeah, I will look at you sideways. I'm not for that. I'm not trying to entertain that. So yeah, it's just call it a day. I'm getting my stuff. Good night. There is no conversation. The fact that you've asked me has put something into my head already, and I can't unhear what you just said. So on that note, it's a wrap. Good night. There isn't, oh, let's have a chat. There's no having a chat. It's either you're straight or you're not.
Yeah, and it's nothing against obviously gay men, because I think we have to put that out. We have to
nothing against them.
put that out there. I just don't want to be with a gay man.
No.
The
Or
same way I don't want to be with a woman. Yeah, or bisexual.
You don't want to be with a bisexual man.
No, I would like to sleep with a fully straight man. That's it.
Right.
Exactly.
But I do know that during like penetration, if you're penetrated both sides, it enhances that, it causes orgasm. So I get it, but he should be looking orgasm some other type of way.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're telling people how they're meant to get pleasure.
I don't know. I just feel like if I'm with you, yeah, you need to find alternatives.
Is Roy Amos saying he likes it because he likes it, or is he just likes it because that's what we're saying?
I think he liked what she said about.
Okay, not like he liked it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just like, I'm not a prude, but obviously, for instance, I don't want to be weed on. I'm good. And nothing like that. And I don't. And my other thing is, I don't like. I watched something. Is it Harlem? Yeah. The first ever episode when the guy lifted up his leg and he was holding the back of his leg for her to lick up his butt. I was like, no. Like, he immediately looked too feminine for me.
Right.
But that's a whole thing in certain places, isn't it? That whole she ate my butt, she ate me butt and stuff. So that's, some people really like that and think it's like
I just find that very extremely sassy.
I just think if you're going to be, if you know deep down that you are bisexual or you have a,
doesn't mean you're bisexual though.
No.
If you like.
No, you like what you like, but for me, that when you're going to come with that kind of talk of wanting to have certain things done, just come out straight and say to me that you have that urge, that what's the word? I'm trying to put a word. Curiosity. Go and find out with somebody else, not with me, because I've literally disconnected from you. There's nothing you can say to me that can make me change how I feel about what you said.
It's a turn off.
It is automatically. I've gone dry. River A's not running. It's now Sahara Desert.
Right.
I'm
We've got
done.
feedback from you somehow now, Shah, for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah, I can hear it. I don't know.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I
Good
think it's.
evening, DJ Amorous.
I
He
don't-
says,
Hi, Amorous. Thanks
I
he
for
think
says,
it's,
call
coming.
Blimey, what
right.
time to join?
Sorry.
Spotlight, mute
You
spotlight.
know how we are on this program. Anything freaking goes.
Trish,
And we don't even plan it. Just happens.
Sorry, guys.
Trish, mute spotlight.
He is muted.
Is it? Oh, it doesn't look like it's muted on my screen.
Yeah, it's muted.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to show. It doesn't show anybody's thing, but Spotlight is muted.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Trish?
No, it's absolutely not. Absolutely not. Seriously, don't ask me that. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I must have your smelly bum on my finger. Like, no. And no. It's not right. But I have
What?
you know, I'm one of these girls. And people talk to me about just all things. I'm one of those people that people just tell the wildest things. I'm just one of those people. And I've had a few people say to me, it's really nice and I need to just get my head out of the clouds and stop being
It's nice to receive. It ain't nice to give.
It's nice to receive what?
That.
What, licking your butt?
Not just, if someone just puts your finger in your butt, that's just redundant. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. But if it's matched with something else, then it enhances.
How
If
you
it
feel?
matches
I've just never had it. You're not putting your finger in my bum. I don't even like fingers in the vagina. I don't see the point in that either. I just don't see the point in it.
Boy.
Oh God! We can find something else to do. Yeah. Born a virgin, stayed a virgin, held to the no. I feel you, T Smooth. I feel you, my darling.
I just don't want to see a man on all fours or turning around, like lifting up the leg, holding his two legs, busting it wide open.
For me to lick by
For
your
me,
bum.
yeah, like no.
Oh dear. I'm not going to even ask you, Gary.
What? Lots of things that happen. Lots of things that happened. I mean, that's like I just think. Yeah, as I said before, if you haven't tried things, then you don't know you don't like them.
Well, I will go to the grave not knowing.
Yeah, I know that if I'm constipated, it's uncomfortable.
Same thing.
I know that.
It's not the same thing.
Guys,
It is.
Same thing.
I can't
It's not
see
the
it
same.
being pleasurable for me.
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Maybe they can loosen it
not.
for you.
And the trick
but
is
then
to
even
do it
that-
last. The trick is to do it last. So let's say it's penetration. You having the penetration first, and then whilst you're doing that, do it. Don't just stick your finger up there like you're waiting for a bus, and then start doing it. The trick is the sensation's already going, and then it's just like a quick enhancement. It is.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So would you do a penis in the bum that?
No, keep it away. Get away.
What's the difference?
Do you know what it is? I don't want to lose butt.
Oh, there is a size difference, isn't there?
The size difference, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to lose butt. I don't want to sinkhole. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could keep it tight and polite.
Yeah. Well, it's a no from me. Given
And that's
obviously,
painful. I don't think that's not fun.
But some people like it. I mean, and you're gonna use lubricant, and you're gonna get jelly or something to put on there to make it easy.
Hartley's.
Yeah, but I know lots of people who do it and really enjoy it.
Right.
Both ways,
Yeah,
boys
and
and
that's
girls.
what I was gonna say. Someone said to me, like, you're really missing out, like, just because she was like, like they still make you like these Shabba Ranks girls that pam lick a shot in you know what I mean, no them bowl with like you're really one of them. And I'm like, no, I'm quite easygoing. I'm not like someone who I know someone who says she will cry. She doesn't go down on people. She just doesn't believe. She'll take it. She'll take oral sex, but she wouldn't go down on someone simply because just how we were indoctrinated in the 80s. And she was like, and if they were to have an accident in my mouth, I think I would just die.
Maybe it wouldn't be an accident. Maybe it'd be like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
She was like, she was like, I will physically vomit and just, I will cry, and it will just be awful. Like, no. So,
do you ever watch Insecure?
Yeah.
Did you see the episode where that
exactly
happened?
the thing you're talking about. Yeah. Disrespect. Disrespect. You know what I mean? All right. So back to the original question, which was, we do go off on our tangents, but that's what I love.
Just about now. You going back to the original question is making me cringe because we came way off. I'm just like,
this was meant to be what happens on the first date, and we're now talking about fingers in the butt. But
on the first date,
there won't be no fingers on the butt in the first date.
In the hotel lobby, going with friends,
or on the street corner where he dropped her back. Anyway. So the question was what you want on the first date. So our No Bravado Massive said none, as he wouldn't be walking me to my door. I said it was between 3 and 4 for me. And she said, Little Miss Simpson said, I hope it's the car door you're talking about, because that's got to be the only door feasible after number 1. It's quite acceptable. Melinda said, a friendly hug is fine for me, and at least a call to make sure I got home from the date safely. I think that matters more than the kiss. Yeah. I think even as friends, you should let your friends know that you're home safe.
I don't.
I know. It's a bad ass habit.
It's just ridiculous.
But you're just savage anyway.
What's like, you got home, innit?
Gary's like, nah.
Nah,
if I'm leaving your house, I'm going home.
Yeah,
but some people never make it.
Exactly.
How are you phoning you going to
just on Saturday?
Then we know you made it.
And what happens when I let you know? If I don't let you know, what happens?
You might worry.
Just worry a bit.
Worried a bit, please.
I might lose sleep.
I do. I worry a bit.
That's a full 8 hours done.
Last person that goes.
Trisha literally had me up about this on Saturday.
Yeah, it's rude. Especially if you've got to drive far, let the person know that you're all right. You know what I mean? Anyway, it shows me he's respectfully of my personal space, but I don't think that's what you meant to say. He's respectful of my personal space. It's also a sign of his affectionate feelings towards me and shows display of self-control. For me, an embrace holds more affection than a simple kiss. Plus, I don't want any kind of anyone's mouth. I don't want just anyone and anyone's mouth on me.
Really?
Let's get to know each other a little more before kissing. Kissing is a very intimate thing, though. It is.
I love a good kiss. I'm a kisser, but
if you do it on the forehead, that's an idiot thing. Them people trying to be all sensual. Them guys trying to kiss you on the forehead, trying to be all sensual, like they was watch some movies. Like, shut it. Or they watch.
Forehead kisses are nice.
I hate forehead kisses.
I like them as well.
Forehead kisses.
That's my ick. That's my greatest ick. I'm like, no, don't do that.
No, as long as it's not like, if it's someone that you like and that you're into, it's the best. I like them.
I like it as well.
Essential.
Yeah.
Not sensual.
Yeah.
Gary's a caveman.
Ugh.
Oh, Charlene. Charlene said you get on my nerves.
Natalie, put your head
I
forward.
was just like, what's wrong? I'm like, no, not on my forehead.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
so she was saying, for me, it's embrace holds more affection than a simple kiss. Please, I just don't want any in anyone's mouth on me. Let's get to know each other a little more before kissing me and all these things, please. Or maybe it's just because I love a firm hand laid gentle on the small of my not so small back.
I feel that.
A phone call to make sure I got home safely is a sign of his protection and care. In the future, I will be more willing to go on the second date. Maybe then he may get to give me the peck on the cheek or the forehead when leaving the venue, or a second or third date. I'm not gonna lie, I've kissed on the first date, man. Like,
Not kind of easy.
I think you go with the
3
vibe.
dates to wait until we could get a kiss. Like, if I like somebody, we've been like Charlene said, we would have been talking on the phone. We would have been getting to know each other. It would have been like, all right, well, we need to meet up now. We meet up and a little quick kiss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just so I can just,
And you go with the vibes, because you might go on the date and you
Right.
might, after the date, you might think it's not adapting.
It-
You might
I know
go on the
this-
date and you might want to rip their clothes off.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
on many dates where I have not felt for the person, and it's I'm like, this now got me it. So obviously, no kiss runs. But if you've been talking to somebody for a long time and you know them, you know you're talking to them on the phone and you've met up, and, I've definitely kissed on the first date. Definitely.
I've done it. They've gone in for kissing on
Sit here and act like.
Gone.
Just sitting there acting like some what's the word, like some holier than thou. I'd be a liar if I said I haven't smashed on the first date, but I've smashed on the first date, but me and him stayed together for 3 years. It just depends on the person that you are with, but it just depends. I remember that one. I remembered coming out of there wanting to hang myself, like, well, just chalk that one up to an unfortunate mistake. You're not going to hear from him again, boy. And like I said, we ended up being with each other 3 years. And then I think I doubled back a little bit to.
So talking about that, that's where one of my friends talk about butts. This is quite funny as well. Like, he's with a girl who's there doing the kissing up in her yard, and when he grabbed her bum cheek and pulled it, and then pulled tissue out.
What's that? No, say that again.
What?
What happened?
He was there with kissing the girl. Dad pulled off her knickers and stuff, and when he grabbed her bum, he pulled it, and the tissue came out.
The tissue.
I'd be mortified.
What would you let him put his hand down there if you know you had tissue down there? Or whatever.
If we're about to get intimate, I'm finding the nearest toilet, I'm digging out the tissue, and I'm washing my asshole. What the fuck, blood? What is that? Because what are you doing? Yeah, she was slipping.
I think she must have done it with her wipe, but not in the tissue got stuck. And he was telling me,
"Don't wipe. You're about to get intimate. Wash it. If you have to sit in that sink, wash it."
There was. I don't think they were getting that far. I think it was just a king. They weren't gonna.
Right, I must have. Come on, guys. If the date went well, what's wrong with a pinch and a squeeze? Tissue might come out.
Yeah, that's why you must wax your ass, you know, because that's
like
the hair.
you.
It fits to the hair.
Oh my god!
That was too.
If you feel and believe the chemistry is right, why not?
Why not? Exactly.
T-Smooth's busting up at the tissue. I'm expecting, and you just yuck. Like, go and sit yourself down.
I'd be mortified. I'd be angry at myself.
You wouldn't, because it wouldn't happen to you.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen to me.
I can remember because he
I'll
pulled
pass
it.
away on the spot.
What did he pull? Her knickers?
No, he kind of grabbed. I wasn't there, but when he pulled, it came
Oh,
cracked. the top of the crack was stuck in it was like tissue, and he was like, just kind of put it down to the side.
What did he do after that?
I can't remember the story now.
I'm surprised he didn't.
I'm going home. Can I use your bathroom so I can wash my hands? And I'm going home. Why is tissue falling out of your thumb?
Yeah.
Original BPM.
I'd die.
Not to that. I'm talking about a first kiss. Not the tissue.
Oh my god, that's horrendous.
Right.
That's horrendous. Yeah. I don't know. That's why, no, man. And with me, I'm someone, I like to be prepared. So if I think to myself, you know what, I'm not gonna sleep on the first date. I'm not doing that. Or if I'm with someone, I'm like, I'm not sleeping with them today. I'm just not gonna be prepped because I'm not
gonna take tissue at my bum.
Yeah, I'll just keep the tissue in my butt. Won't shave. Wear the most ugly granified knickers. Like, I'll just do it all. You know, when you're like, you know what, I'm not shaving because nothing's going to happen, and that way I know nothing's going to happen.
Right.
And then move it like that. Women do that a lot. We do that.
Protect themselves from the panties hitting the floor.
Yeah. You're not going there if it's Epping Forest.
But I always walk with my clippers.
Oh god!
My mum was a battery operated, so you could take them anywhere.
It's called Gary the Barber, boy.
Lift up, zoom.
Oh man, yeah. That I'm horrified for her.
Yeah, I'm horrified for her as well. And I hope she got all the counselling that she needed afterwards, because I would need proper gold standard. Yeah, I would need gold standard therapy after that. Because I wouldn't live that down.
In your own head, you'd beat up your own self.
I would beat up my own self. I would drive myself. I reckon I would drive myself mad. Oh my god!
USB charger, yes.
Charger.
Oh, too funny. All right, we've got room for one more topic because we've got 20 minutes. Room for one more topic.
Okay.
Hang on. I only posted this one today. Got a few comments, but I really want to see what you guys think. I haven't posted inbox for ages because we've been so busy. Mm-hmm. But let's have a look at this. Quite a long inbox, but it was interesting. So
Bomberclot.
This, yeah, you know, when they write to us, they write to us. Proper agony aunt business. But anyway, I like it because I like that they write such complex things to us. We've had people asking us advice inbox.
Let me share out again. Hold on.
Yeah, people asking us for advice inbox. I've had someone write to us and asked if is it correct, because he's a male bringing up a female, is it correct that females shouldn't wash their vagina with soap because it's bad for them? Like, they write all kinds of things to us, but keep it coming. We love it. And we are behind on the inboxes. So I really want to get back on making sure that we get the inboxes out there. But this was sent to me and it says, white women are taught how to keep a man, but black women are taught how to survive with an invisible one, meaning invisible God in the sky. And then they went on to write this. Dear No Bravado team, I hope this email finds you well. I've been following your discussions with great interest, and after seeing the attached image, I felt compelled to write in. It speaks to something I've wrestled with for years, something I see in my mothers, my aunts, my sisters, and myself. As a black woman in my late 40s, I've long questioned the message we were given about love, relationships, self-sufficiency, messages that, while intended to empower us, may have also hindered our ability to fully embrace love and partnership. She goes on to say, from an early age, many of us were taught how to survive, not how to be loved. We were told to be strong, be independent, never rely on a man, and always have a backup plan. While these lessons have undoubtedly made us resilient, they have also made us wary. Love was not presented as a soft place to land, but as potentially a liability, something that could leave us vulnerable, exposed, or broken. Meanwhile, we saw women from other cultures being encouraged to nurture relationships, prioritize companionship, and, dare I say, be softer in their approach to love. This exception wasn't survival alone, but partnership. Their femininity wasn't treated as a risk; it was a tool. So, I think this is really valid. Why are black women's femininity not treated the same? But anyway, here's where it gets even more complicated. While we were conditioned to expect nothing from men, we were simultaneously told to depend on an invisible one. The church taught us that God is our provider, our protector, the man who will never leave or forsake us. Instead of being taught how to build relationships with actual tangible men, we were encouraged to put our faith in a higher power and trust in the Lord to see us through. We prayed instead of partnering. We sought divine intervention instead of healthy communication. And in doing so, we created generations of women who were emotionally married to their faith, but romantically isolated in reality. I now find myself in a paradox: successful, self-sufficient, but deeply aware that I was not taught to trust love, only to endure it, only to endure life without it. And that's not just a personal issue, it's a generational one. Too many of us excel in our careers but struggle in relationships because we were never given the tools to build and sustain or even desire true intimacy. So my question is, how do we unlearn the survivalist mentality? How do we embrace love without feeling like we're betraying the strength that we were raised to uphold? And most importantly, how do we balance faith without using it as a substitute for a human connection? I look forward to hearing your thoughts, because this is a conversation we as Black women need to have, not just about what we have been taught, but what we want to teach the next generation. Looking forward to your take on this. Warm regards, a sister in reflection. It was a lot, but did you follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we think about that?
Everyone's it's heavy.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with it, to be honest with you.
What don't you agree with? Excuse me, I think I'm catching a cold. I don't really want to, so I'm trying not to say it.
When when you go to like African countries and stuff like that, they've got a high thing of in the church. Religion's really big out there, but most of the people out there are married, and it's kind of culturally. So I don't necessarily think.
Sorry, guys, I'm going
they're
to
they're very faith orientated. So I don't necessarily think it's that. Personally, I don't know what it is about kind of, and I'm going to say this right thing, Western women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And
it's fair.
That's American and British, that type of, that's where marriage seems to be broken down. And maybe it's down to slavery or things like that. I don't know. But if you think about African countries and stuff, their marriage and it's quite high. Like, so and they're probably more religious than most of the people.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily. I'm not saying it's because when people write these things, they write it from reflecting about themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
How and what they perceive things, or how they, and maybe God or whatever she puts her faith in, the Lord or Allah or whatever that she feels is the one for her. Then she's kind of, and then saying, oh, like I do hear people say, I'm praying for the God to bring me the right one. Like, you need to find the right one. You need to go and make your own.
Yeah.
You make your own thing.
Yeah. Shasha? Any
Yeah, no,
thoughts?
I echo what Gary just said. It's a lot of people, they're on a journey within themselves, healing if they've gone through certain things, and it's their outlook on life. Yeah, I wasn't. There's a lot to take in, but I wasn't necessarily agreeing with everything she said. It's like, as Gary said, it sounded more like a reflection on her life than anything else.
I mean,
yeah,
I actually got a lot of what she was saying. I thought it was very interesting. That's why I wanted to talk about it today, because I did get what she was saying. Going back to what we was talking about on Saturday night at the live show, we spoke about single parent households. One lady got up and said that she was one of 18 siblings. So a lot of us did grow up in single parent households. A lot of us, I know I've grown up saying, just give it, hearing my mum say, just give it to God. Or very, 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 my mum buried 3 sons and still got up and said, to God I give the glory. Because I am, you know what I'm like, I will question. So why did this happen? I don't understand why. And she would say, you can't question God. So there was that blanket kind of thing. So I think some of it resonated with me. And growing up in a single parent household where my mum was very definitely very God orientated, I get it and I respect it. But I think I said this on Saturday, that I spend a lot of time single because it's kind of, it's no kind of, what's the word? I'm not attacking my mum. It's nothing to do with me thinking like, well, I prefer the childhood that we had where she was very much dedicated to us as a mum. She would prefer to look after her kids than have stepfathers come in and possibly abuse us or treat us badly or indifferently because we're not theirs. So she dedicated her life to us. But as a result, it's kind of become learned behavior to just be single because it's been my existence, if that makes sense. And it was definitely much an existence of a God-fearing woman that I was brought up with. So I got a lot of what she was saying. So your dad's not there, but God's going to always provide. That's something that I heard my whole life growing up, and it's true. God does provide, but you do get used to doing things on your own. And me, I speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. But in the household that I grew up in, yeah, I do ask God for assistance, and 9 times out of 10 he does come through. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't teach you how to be in a relationship, because I didn't grow up seeing it. My mum spent a lot of time dedicated to us and a lot of time single. So as a result, I have no issues being single. And years could go by and be like, oh God, is it like 3 years and I haven't had sex? Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? It just happens. So I understood what she was saying.
Yeah.
I did understand what she was saying. And I guess for me, it kind of raised questions of, as I said on Saturday at the live show, I don't want to be single at 60, but if I am, I know that I'll be comfortable with it. Does that make sense? So how do you unlearn being comfortable, being single, and get into the race?
I don't think you should.
No.
I don't think you should. I think being single, you need to be okay with being on your own, because anything can happen. So things out of your control. Whether you're
what if you're too okay being on your own? That's what I mean.
I don't think there's no
There's nothing on being too uncomfortable. Some people do not like their own company, and I think that's the most
Yeah, I
dangerous
love
thing.
my own company.
That is the
And I
most
think
dangerous thing
I'll
for
be in
me.
here having a full-fledged party by myself.
Do you understand?
And
I know
Oh,
some
give
people
me a
who,
good playlist, you know.
yeah, who can't. I know some people who
Can't be
literally,
on
when they
their
finish
own.
work, they have to have somebody. They have to be somewhere until like they're going home, and all they're doing is getting washed and going to bed. They cannot be by themselves. That will irritate me because I'm the type of person where I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Very
I have
comfortable.
no problem going cinema by myself, going dinner, sitting in my house, just relaxing. I prefer to
On
be
my
home
own.
sometimes. But I think it's more dangerous if you're not used to your own company than it is if you are,
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
because you're
Because
not secure
what it
within
does,
yourself.
it
Go on.
protects you from settling
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
and it's not a race. Like, I would rather wait and get what I want out of a relationship or out of romance than because I can't be on my own, or because I'm a hopeless romantic, or I just
Yeah,
take
you're just in a bag of stupid
in a
relationships.
bag of stupidness. And even to what Gary was saying earlier, 100% get it. But I think even this woman, what she's talking about, I know it's like, it's not even a relationship thing as well. It's love and how to love. There's loads of marriages, old school, different cultures. They're married, but they stay married for the sanctity of marriage, not necessarily because of the romance or the love aspect of it.
Yeah.
Or how to be loved, or even knowing how to love each other, if that makes sense. I think it's important to know how to love. It's important to know how to be loved. I would rather be in love than like a infrastructure
An arrangement.
an arrangement. It needs to be more about the love.
Love can die though, doesn't it? Not that. I wouldn't
Yeah, but then so the marriage has to die. I'm not saying
but it doesn't have to though, because I mean, if you're
but if the love is dead, the marriage can go on.
no, but some people don't see it that way. I know lots of people have been together for a long time, and it's not the same. I suppose it depends what you call love in it. So if it may not be the same love that you have at the very beginning of the relationship that you have at the end of the relationship, it should have developed, and it may be something. It's not the whole physical sort of emotional type thing, but there's a love there. Like you love them, you care for them, and you wouldn't want nothing to happen to them.
So
and
you love them, but you're not in love with them.
Well, and that's fine. So what? So I mean, because there's a stage in everyone's life where the in love thing may change, and it's different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it can change, but it shouldn't really waver. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can change, but it shouldn't really waver in the fact that you should still love. If I don't love you romantically, what the fuck?
What?
I love enough people. I love my friends. I love this person.
It's different, though, isn't it? It's different.
Yeah, but that's it. But then if your relationship turns into that,
There's
and it's not
point.
romantic love, there's absolutely no way that I'm
dead.
saying that.
Yeah, it's the same. I think because they're different for me. I think they're different type. There is different types of love. Me being in a relationship, that's a whole different level of love. Me loving my friends, me loving my relatives and so forth. It's a different type of love. For me, it's like I said, just being comfortable in your own skin. You attract who you are, and I truly do believe that. And if you're confident within yourself, if you're loving on yourself, and you're just being you, you will attract it, because you know what, especially if you know what you want and what you don't want, what you're prepared to put up with and what you're not prepared to put up with, you're cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not.
I don't agree with you attract who you are. I've attracted some fucking demons and it.
But if you know who you are, you know how to navigate the demons. But when you know who you are, you know how to back them
off. Off with the demon's head, quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a case of some people don't know what they want in life and
No.
what they want. And one thing I should have mentioned on Saturday was a lot of us, we want to be in relationships, but do we even love ourselves first and
Or
foremost?
know who you are
Do
as a
we know
person.
who exactly? Do we know? And a lot of us don't. I mean, I learned that. It's like when I got with my ex, I was like, okay, and I got my first place by myself. I'm like, what do I like? Because I was talking to myself, like, what do I like? What do I want? I was asking myself these questions coming up to my 40s, going into my 40s, like, really? And it was quite sad. But like I said, most people, they don't know how to enjoy themselves, enjoy life. Most people won't even go on holiday by themselves. You going by yourself? Yes. Why? You want to go on holiday?
Yeah.
But you meet the most nice people on holiday. Jamaica last year was lit. I had the most great time. And people would want to speak to you because, like, wow, you got a lot of confidence. Listen, if you can't go somewhere and make a friend, then something wrong with you. That's how I see it.
I think that's definitely, I don't know. I think that's personality types. But
Yeah.
I do think that honestly, if you don't know how to be on your own, whether you realize it or not, you will be the toxic one in the relationship.
Yeah.
Because you will be the one clinging on for
Clinging.
dear life.
Yes.
And I think it's all about connections, not attachments. And if you don't know how to be yourself, all you're going to do is unhealthily attach yourself to someone. And then you're toxic, whether you want to be or not, no matter what the bad things that person does. It will make you toxic if you do not know how to be on your own, if you do not know how to love yourself enough to be prepared to be on your own. You can't attach your happiness to a person.
No.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way. The hard way.
All right, guys, just in a minute. 1 second. We need to get used to saying this because if we do go on with this spotlight thing, which I'm hoping we do, we will be finished now. So we have to say good night.
Good night.
Our spotlight listeners. Hope you enjoyed the show. Look forward to seeing you on future shows. Please do like, follow, and subscribe to the group. Contribute. Add your 2 pence. Write to us so that we can have something to debate about, and we'll see you on the next show.
So,
but for our Facebook people who are watching, we can just continue and wrap up the show normally.
But they say if they were to get the group on Facebook, if they want to contribute.
No Bravado.
Yeah, No Bravado. Follow us on all the platforms. No Bravado, basically. It's either No Bravado or No _ Bravado on everything.
Yeah.
So, see you on the next show.
Natalie, you can start swearing now.
Oh, we've been swearing.
Sounds like she came from a personal perspective. Seems like the true aspect of romance and companionship was not a part of her lifespan, or not being around a string of living relationships to rebound from was not experienced. So, yeah. I don't think she's the only one.
No. And I think that there's a bit where we say, women are only taught to do this, women are only taught to do that. And I'm going to say something controversial, but I think it's a fact. Well, thank fucking God we was taught to do that, because I'm sorry, a lot of us have experienced disappointment, whether it's through father, partner, brother, male companionship. If we didn't have that, that enforcement of being able to survive or having that thingy, where the hell would a lot of us be right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some responsibility. Like, I think there are ways that we have been failed where we have to be like this. Because if we wasn't, boy, we're dead.
Left to the wayside, left to dead.
Yeah. So as whereas other races that not necessary, or other cultures may not necessarily have to have that coat of armor because they've got that wraparound support from their male
counterparts. Yeah.
I know a lot of people be up in arms, but I've experienced it in my life. So I know in different aspects, in different types of dynamics, not just
Resilience we have to be in survival mode, basically, is what you're saying. As black women, we have to be in survival mode because no one ain't come riding up on no white horse saying, we're out there.
We're protected the least. We're the least.
Pouring out their sword and trying to fling me on the back of their white horse. It's not happening. You have to
We're protected. We're protected the least. So
I mean, life in itself teaches you about being resilient, and I'm talking from experience. And sometimes, even people who could be older than you don't have lifetime experience. They've never had to go through certain things, so they don't know about life. Where somebody younger than them would have been through a lot more and knows how to deal with things, and they've had to be resilient. They've had to always be on guard, and they know, they kind of like know what to look out for, kind of thing. So life will teach you things if you've been through stuff. I'm not saying if you haven't been through anything, then you don't know nothing. No, but if you've had to go through stuff for whatever reason, it teaches you about being hard and being prepared. Yeah,
it gives you a substance. Like I am my mum's biggest fan. My mum's buried 3 sons and still gets on with life. Different kind of energy. It's a different kind of resilience. It's a different kind of substance. Like nothing you can throw at me in this life is gonna break me. I've seen her sad. I've seen her in cycles of grief, but I've seen people lose their minds, like literally go clinically insane over less. So my mum is a real strong example. But I do feel like when you are in survival mode, you create situations that you just have to survive from.
I get it.
Just don't want to be in survival mode anymore, but know that I can survive. Should I need to?
Yeah, you've got it in the locker.
Right. It's got to be a balance. Not that you're always on ready for something to go wrong, because then something's going to go wrong. Do you know what I mean? But just enjoying life and relaxing and knowing that life is going to life. It just is what it is. But you've got that substance to get through it when it does, but not to always be on ready and always be in survival, because it's just not a life that I want to live.
I've had to teach myself that, because it's harder. It's easier said than done, especially when you've gone through so many experiences of having to be on survival mode. It's like an automatic default in your system.
And not to mention you've got a subconscious, that autopilot.
Autopilot.
So you're automatically thinking, it's like a case of I'm always thinking of the negative, like, okay, what if this was to happen? Right, I've got a good and bad and outcome of something. Right, I'm prepared myself. Do you understand? So sometimes you just it's an autopilot thing. Don't mean to, but you're just so used to just switching on that way, and that's it. You can't help it.
What I will say to counter what we said earlier about, we've not had a lot of male in our corner that we've been able to depend on and stuff like that. As the years gone on, I have seen males that are like that. Shout out to Gary. If we had more Garys in our community, we wouldn't feel like that.
No,
I think so, Gary. Like, even whether it's a brother, a partner, a dad, or whatever, like there's not enough of you.
Yeah. Like you said, just take your flowers and don't try and shove them.
I'm just saying, it's a bit like on Saturday when you was talking, and they had the whole thing about dating down or dating sideways. And I didn't take. Obviously, I'm not talking about, but I kind of took it first because I always get that whole kind of thing. It's always about education or something like that, where. And because I haven't even got O level or GCSE or anything, CSE or no qualification at all.
But you got a good job, so
exactly, and you're very you would have think it because of how you talk. You're very educated.
Well,
I
yeah.
keep telling Gary, education is not intelligence.
No,
Gary is like a freaking genius. Some of the things he comes out with, I'm like, what did I think of that? Like, bloody brilliant, I tell you.
No,
but you keep saying, "Oh, but
simple.
I don't have this or I don't have that." Education's not
I
intelligent.
I don't mean that. I think sometimes, and even people at work, like some of the girls at my workplace, get annoyed with me because it's like they say something, and I say something really simple, like, "You make me feel like I'm an idiot." I'm like, it is what it is. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
It's but as I said, I'm quite practical. I will go
logical as well.
Yeah,
logical,
the table.
But when they were talking about it, I was like, I don't this whole and me and Lorraine had the conversation. But what is this dating down kind of like? You as a girl, maybe I don't know. Like the lady said, has got masters, got a really good job, blah blah blah. I could be a builder. Could fix up the yard and make the house look amazing. But
I would date a builder. I would date a come with them skills.
Yeah,
Do you know how much
that's
money
really
they
good,
make?
bro. I
Especially
think
with my
dating
business
down.
savvy, I will make him into such a rich plumber or a rich, that's not what we're talking about.
No,
We're talking about it when you're dating down is in terms of character. Sometimes you know this person's not
good for you.
me. I don't want to badmouth him because I still consider him a partial sort of friend. Well, we haven't spoken in a long time, but for me, I went out with somebody that wasn't my type. When I first went on the date with him, my first initial thing in my head was he's going to be my friend. He's not for me. That was my initial thought. And then I think a good 9 months went by of us just being friends and him hitting up and not giving up and still, and he was just so nice. Yeah, he was very consistent, very persistent. Yeah. And so I gave it a shot because I liked the way that he liked me. And I tend to go for, like, I don't have a type in terms of looks, because if we was to line up the guys that I've dated, no one looks alike. But they do have a certain swag about them, if that makes sense. And this guy was nice, not my usual type. And I remembered one of my mum's friends saying to me, date the guy that likes you, not the guy that you like. The guy that likes you is going to treat you like a queen. So you always go for the guys that you like, but there's 10 million other women that like them, and then you end up with your heart broken and you're crying in your pillow. Go for the guy that wants you. So I tried it, and when I realized actually this guy, not because of looks, not because of personality, or not, it wasn't any of that. When I realized that him and I weren't equally yoked was when I was talking to him about some bills that he had, and was just saying, just set up a payment plan. It was like £6,000, and he was prepared to jack in his whole credit for £6,000. And I just thought, £6,000 is such a minuscule amount, and what it would take away from you, you can't buy a house. You can't. There's so much things you can't do if you've got shit credit, and you're prepared to just do all. You've got no intention then of settling down or buying a house or progressing in that way. That's what I kind of meant. That's what I thought. Well, we're not equally yoked in that, in terms of ambition or wanting to go certain places together, because
that's a concept. That's a concept, though, isn't it? It's kind of like he's not thinking long term. And this is going to affect me. He's thinking £6,000 at the moment. I can do this with the £6,000. I don't need.
You can set up a payment plan
and don't think that way.
Credit.
Yeah, but some people don't think that way. But
and those are the people where I say that we're dating down then, because it's basic. It's £6,000. If it was £26,000, I would understand. £6,000, pay the people them their money, man. You're gonna mash up the whole of your future for £6,000. Come on, then that's dating down, because you've got to at least have a little bit of some sort of something in your brain. Not to mention, it's a moral thing. If you've got these bills, fucking pay them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Just pay. No, not for £6,000. Not to mash up the wool of your future for £6,000. It just didn't make sense to me. So yeah.
It's just someone that's not that you don't. That is just. It could be a number of things. It's not usually. It's for me mainly. It's mentality. Your mentality, integrity, or whatever. It's them kind of things. I'll be like, we are not the same. And it's not like you want to be with someone that's not the same, but there's certain things where you're like, what?
And especially as you said, Trish, you've explained to him, look, just do it because it's gonna, you're gonna pay for it later down the line, and he still don't want to do it. It's like, no, I'm giving you a reason why you shouldn't really be doing that, and you still want to go down that road. So you're just showing me that when things come to financial side of things, you're just not going to be able to deal with these things properly.
You're not going to be able to move for 6 years, blood.
Right? So
do you know what I mean? You can't do nothing.
No,
you can't do nothing for 6 years.
All because of ignorance.
It's crap. For £6,000.
Stupid. And that will put me off too, because it's like, well, you can't agree on in a relationship, because especially when it comes to finance is the most important thing, and you're going to act like that with something minute as that. I can't deal with you.
Like, do you think finances is the most important thing in a relationship?
Yeah,
you do.
Could I ask a question?
Because the light bill, every kind of in a household, it takes money to run things. So a parent is not going to help you. So I do think that for me, if I know that if I'm
don't forget what you was going to say, Gary. Go on.
Go on.
I want to ask a question from you. How much money do you feel, not asking, you feel that a couple should have earned a month, both joint income, to have a reasonable house?
I don't know.
There must be a mum, but joint income.
With cost of living now, it's difficult, but I would say minimum, just on average, if you both earn 25 grand a year and you've got a combined income of 50 grand, you could do something.
Minimum.
You can. Minimum.
Okay,
and
so I mean joint money in the house, like together in the house. So like not a take home. Say for example, you'll say, oh, we both of us need to earn. Household needs to have £4 a month. Say for example.
Right.
And that will be all right, or do you think it?
I think the household. I think you can survive on less. It just depends on what you're earning.
Yeah.
If I'm earning at the moment, I've been in some high earning jobs, and I've had periods, and I do have periods where Diva Choice just makes some great money. So I can come in I can make £2 in a day with Diva Choice. I've done it. Doesn't mean I'm going to do that every day. Doesn't mean I'm going to do that every month. So if you're self-employed, you kind of tend to be a little bit more flexible. I think. Do you know what I mean? It just depends on what your primary goal is. If your primary goal is money motivated, then you're going to need more. But if my guy's self-employed and I'm self-employed, me being a self-employed person, I understand that your income can be up and it can be down. Fluctuate. But
ideally, you'd say, okay, our household needs to bring in £4 a month, say for example. Would that be a good amount, or you think, oh, it would have to be £6 or £7?
No, I think we just need to. It just like I'm saying, if your thing fluctuates, especially if you're self-employed, our bills need to be covered.
Yeah,
and we need to be aimed. To
how much do you think would you need to cover bills like in a house?
I think if we were, I think £3 cover bills.
Look at that in his face. Boy, them kids are eating better.
I think £3,000 can cover bills and you can do some stuff. But obviously, the more you bring in, the nicer a lifestyle you can have. But I guess as a self-employed person, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying you have to bring in £2,000 and I have to bring in £2,000 a month, because I understand that some weeks it don't work like that. There's some months I will bring in some great money, and there's some months where people are like, I like your jewelry, but blood, I ain't got it. Priority, buy no earrings today. So how does it work? Do you know what I mean? But I think for me, what's more important is prioritizing. So if we've got a limited amount of money, make sure your bills are covered. We've got food in the house before you then go and do something like go and buy brandy in a dance. I don't want to hear that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that at all.
For me, I like
I
to have
don't hear you
discipline.
without
It's mentality.
cover your
because-
priorities, and then
Yeah.
what's left is left. But I wouldn't feel comfortable as a self-employed person saying it's a necessity for you to make this a month's time. Because I understand how it goes, but it's a necessity for you to have priorities and act like an adult with the money that you have. There's a
And
difference.
also, I would like for that person to also have a backup, like safety money, like just in case something happens. You know what I mean? Knowing that, okay, you're putting away, even if you say you got, I don't know, £200 extra from paying your bills and so forth, put a little £50 away.
Yeah.
In case if you put that away every month, you're building up something just in case. Have a little emergency money.
A
That's
little
how I
nest
would
egg or
have
something, yeah.
an emergency
Be
money.
responsible with money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
Me boy, jeez.
do you know what as well? I literally had this conversation yesterday with someone, and sometimes in couples there's strengths. So like for instance, we were talking about, do you know what? I might be good at making money, but I'm not good at keeping money. He's good at keeping money, making your money
Everyone
work for
plays
you.
their strengths.
If you
Absolutely.
can come together and you got someone that knows how to make money, and then someone who knows how to keep that money and make it work for you, or
And
invest
twist
that money
it and make it grow.
and twist it, and if there's just different strengths that you might have, and I just think if you got someone with the right mentality, no matter what you may have in that moment, you can come out of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every
So
mickle's
it's
gonna make
about-
some kind of a muckle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like I think it's mentality.
That's more important than a hard and fastened. And that's
Yeah.
going back to what I was saying about my ex-boyfriend. It's mentality. If we're not equally yoked in mentality,
It's not gonna work.
it's not going to work. So that's what we mean by dating down or dating sideways. If you're just not on the same wavelength, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. And even if I don't know something or I'm not good at something, but you show me and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And you teach
yeah.
me and that's fine. Or I teach you and you're like, rah. But it's when you just like being in that rah, that's what
Can't
I would
do it.
feel.
That's the problem. That's what she means by dating down, dating sideways. When you do nothing to thing yourself.
Yeah.
But yes, we are at 19 minutes past 10.
Right.
Well, record.
On nearly 2.5 hours. So I think it's a good time to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
my house is in disarray.
Huh?
My house is in disarray.
Is that why you're just plugged in one corner?
Yeah, it's disarray. I got in so late, and then I just was rushing around like a mad woman, and the house is just like,
Yeah,
I'm
so you
gonna
can't
go
sort
sort
out
that
your
out.
house because I know that you can't cope with things like that.
No.
You can't cope. Yeah. So once again, thank you to all of you that came out and supported No Bravado Live. I'm always nervous when I put on events. You know that. I'm always flapping, phoning Gary. Gary, what do you think? What should we do?
We cancel it.
Cancel it. But I'm so glad
That's
that
why I love Gary. He's so chilled and just down to earth. He's never got there's never a problem when you with Gary. He just like his way of thinking, just like as you said, he just like they define a solution like with a table. Just turn it upside down. You fucking idiot. Why not? It's something so simple,
we
but
were
it's
like,
not.
how many people does it take to screw a light bulb? Gary was like, just turn it upside down. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He doesn't take compliments well though. Look at him.
Because I don't. Because you know what? I don't think.
There's a problem.
I'm done anything. Because it's like literally like when you did.
It's your way. It's your nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like to me, like you're doing it, trying to bend on your knees. What are you doing all that for? Just turn it upside down and do it the other way around. Where you have to make it hard for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gary
it's
looks
just-
at you
And we
like a
love you for
like
that.
a
We love the fact that you just find a solution and yeah, we just got to laugh to ourselves like, duh.
yeah.
Jackass.
But that's because when I was in school, I couldn't do the work. Well, I just didn't get the thing. So, but if you told me to do something, even at work, we do things, and they've got these people. They bring these consultants to do things, and I sit there thinking, what are you doing?
It's like when you watch Apprentice, I'm sure.
Oh, you go into my Facebook.
I'm like, do you know what? I'm gonna go on Apprentice. I will win this bitch because these people are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. I will win Apprentice, you know, because you lot are dumb. It's like that.
It's dumb, and when I watch these shows, I think, or just do things. It's like we did something at work one time, and they did it, and they were singing and dancing about this thing they'd done, and they basically did say over 3 days they did like 200 of these screens, and everyone was going on crazy about how well they did. The next year, I had to take over. My boss goes, "Don't order more than 200 because we won't be able to do more than 200." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I ordered 450. On the first day, by the half, we had run out. We did 700 and something on the first time. They were like, they made 700 something thousand from what I did. That way. They were like, "Oh my God." And my boss wanted to, you know what, next year, guy, do what you want. Like literally do what you want.
Yeah.
Next year I did 2,000 screens in the 3 days at £150 a screen.
Wow.
So they're like, but my boss says, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, how'd you do it?" I'm like, I can't, like my boss and them lot can write down papers and fill up a whole book full of everything and tell you what you use this technique. No, I didn't. Yes, you did, because this is so and so's. I'm like, listen, brother, I put a dance on. The steps you take is this, that, and the other. That's what works.
Yeah.
Testing. You're making people walk 20 yards to porta toilets. Don't do that. Just hire two porta toilets and put them beside the bus, so no one needs to go anywhere.
Absolutely. Right, they're there in the zone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're making them walk 20 yards to the toilet, then put 2 toilets there, and they don't have to walk. Come out, go next door. Simple things. And that's what I'm saying to people. I think, and because I don't think it's difficult, or kind of when you say, "Oh, why didn't I think of that?" It's kind of like, well, that's why I don't think it's.
No, because I'm quite clever, if I may say so myself.
You're right, woman.
When people come up with things that I didn't think about, I'm like, "Raw."
Yes.
I'm actually quite intelligent at it. But like I said, it just goes to show that in academic sense is not common sense. It just isn't. It just isn't. You can have all the academic smarts in the world and still not be the cleverest man in the room.
Yeah,
so
I did that. And like I said before, if you give me something to do, like there's some, I don't know, you've got a hole in the wall and it kind of fixed up. It's like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
When I hang something, it's like, yeah, but we can't hang it there. We can hang it there. It doesn't take long to do.
All right, cool. I've got a list.
There you go. You've got 2 sons. You're meant to be teaching your sons, making them do it.
Teach them.
Of course you can. Show them how to do it.
I don't know how to do it.
You know,
we're learning together on YouTube.
No
idea.
My oldest daughter was was talking a couple of weeks ago, and her brethren were saying to her, like, "You don't need a man, Ren. Like, you do everything." My daughter said, "Listen, I need to hang a light, unscrew the light onto electricity, and hang the light. My dad showed me how to do it. I can do it." Like, literally does everything. Put up a shed, put up a guy best friend's shed, pull it up outside and drill them. They put the shed up.
I love it. I'm not gonna lie.
Not got time to wait around for that foolishness.
Remember, Natalie was disgusted because I didn't know how to put air in the tire. Natalie taught me how to put air in the tire the other day. She was like, "What?"
Yeah,
nowadays,
I was like, "Bitch, the fuck."
How can you not know how to put air in the tire?
And nowadays you got this
when it comes to certain things, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, well, I don't know." What the fuck is happening?
She was like, "Oh, bitch, get out the car. Look at the screen. This is what you do. This is what you think. Like, get out all the way out of here, idiot." But I guess, yeah, there's some things.
For me, and I've said this to people, I don't care if you don't know how to do something, but have a go at try and do it.
Yeah, that part.
Not
Be
everything.
willing to learn.
Yeah,
I think not everything. Some things you just have to know yourself.
Yeah, like what?
There's some things I've like
Had to take tissue out your bum.
Yeah,
You're gonna let someone put their hands down your drawers. You should have never have told me that story.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Come out with tissue.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's the craziest of
Oh wow.
Right.
But yeah, let's.
Right.
I didn't get to read the comments on the last post, but you guys go and check them out. They got interesting. They did get interesting. So have a read and let me know what you think tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah. Before we go, thank you once again for coming to No Bravado Live. You guys made it absolutely epic. It was amazing. We enjoyed ourselves so much. We'll look at doing another one by the end of the year.
And you lot ate all my cake.
You should do it at Christmas time. Like same time.
Yeah, we'll do
the cake. I just thought
December the last year. So we'll do another one. We'd look to do another one by the end of the year. And secondly, Black Excellence has a Black-owned female market in honor of
International
Women's Month. We are hosting a female Black entrepreneur market on the 19th of February at Archway Market. DJ G Wiz will be playing, and we will be doing all things Black Excellence. So please do hit us up if you have a stall, if you have a business rather, and you want a stall, get in touch. Rates are reasonable, and we just have a good time making money. So do let us know if you have a business or you know of anybody who has a business that would like to partake. Anything else you have to say?
Yeah, if you do want to partake and you have a business, please ensure you have public liability insurance, because isn't a mon accept it if you don't. Or if you don't have it, it's very easy to get public liability insurance. Have a look at online, especially Simply Business.
I've
got an insurance broker as well, and she got me 5 million. I just renewed it today. 5 million for £105.
That's what I mean.
Simple Insurance does it for like DJs and stuff, and it's 100. How much is it? Like for DJs, like 70, 80, 90 quid.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Also, you do need to be a Black-owned business. Don't try and sneak in if you're not.
No racism.
You're just a sin.
Yeah. This is the platform Black-owned businesses.
Trinidadians are Black.
Trinidadians covered and Dominicans.
She's like, what? Dominicans are Black. we just to say that we're not racist against anybody, we're not prejudiced against anybody, but we do understand that we have a back foot in terms of economics and business, and we should be allowed to have something that's just for us, and we shouldn't have to explain that.
And we are our CIC is our literal aims and objectives. Our mission statement is to empower and platform Black-owned businesses. The funding that we received is targeted for Black-owned businesses only. So that alone, it's not anything against anyone else, but we are working with a specific demographic. The same if we were working with 18 to 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds couldn't sneak in.
You have to, right. I had a phone call today from Pop-Up Finder saying, and I was like, no.
Stop asking. No. Don't even ask us. Don't even let that get to us. It's always going to be no.
It's going to be a no.
But this is the last. Sorry, this is the last one, right?
Last one in Islington, but they want it to continue for now. Yeah. So they want it to continue. So we're in talks.
Yeah, but this is the last one for now. So come down. That's what I'm saying. So because it may not be on for a little while. So come down.
And if you want to get involved in any way, or you think there's any way that you'd like to kind of thingy to the day, let us know. Get in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Chuck.
All right.
Always a pleasure, me G's.
All right, Lynn,
always.
Always a pleasure, loves.
Bye.
Catch you later, yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you later.